Let's not waste too much time. We got a modern woman who thinks that she's worth 250K. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's spin the clip.
And is it growing on live?
I mean, it's important. I just wanted to see what I can do, you know, because I know some people, I don't know about on TikTok, but I know some of the dating apps that I was streaming on, like Meet Me and POF. Like a lot of those, the women on there, they make a living just streaming.
So why aren't you consistent on those apps as well? Are you consistent?
Yeah, but it's more annoying because it's only men and they all want to hit on you and stuff like that. And you kind of get tired of it because I'm not really checking for any of them. And so they send you gifts and stuff like that. And they're trying to win your attention, but I don't really want their attention. So I'd rather just be more balanced.
Don't you want to get paid for your time? So gifts are good.
Yeah, but the guys, after a while, they want to take you out. They want to, you know, it's just, I hate that it's just all men most of the time.
But it's a dating app, my love. Come on.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Who goes on a dating app and goes live and is like, why are all these guys hitting on me? Like, why are all these men who came on this app with the intention of finding someone to be with or to, I don't know, spend the evening with or whatever, why would they be hitting on me while finding me attractive on this app? What's wrong with all these men? Like, who goes live on a dating app and then doesn't expect to get hit on? I'll tell you who. It's an attention-seeking woman who wants to act like she isn't seeking attention. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get back into the clip.
TikTok.
Yeah, try TikTok. I'm also hearing that streaming on a dating app is not good as well. There's no good men over there.
There aren't. They're all losers. Like one time, a man, he was like severely disabled. He thought he would qualify for me. I'm like, excuse me, sir. I'm not going to push you around in a wheelchair. And his face was like deformed. And he just got in the box. I was just like, and he was old, very old.
Oh, and I guess maybe it's a challenge for him to find someone out in the world. So he's doing what he can do. And I guess that's his best, you know? And maybe he's willing to.
This was when I realized this woman was almost pure evil. Like, I mean, the nerve of him for wanting to shoot his shot. I mean, he's disabled and he's older. The nerve of him for still wanting to find interest in women. We should have him arrested, everybody. Like, why is this such a problem? And just turn him down, say no, you're not interested, whatever the case may be. You still should accept the gift, but why be so nasty?
Wine and dine. I'm not saying that's for you, but I'm sure he's willing to take care of the woman he's with, and he probably thought you were attractive. Not saying you need to be with him. I'm not saying that, but maybe that's the only way he feels confident is what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't know. I would say, you know, get in the people with disability group or, you know, something like that, because it was just weird. Like, why would I want to spend my time pushing somebody around in a wheelchair?
Right, but he saw you and he thought you were beautiful and you're streaming. So he's like, she's here. They say it's more fish in the sea. You in the sea, honey. Plenty of fish. Hinge. You there. So he's like, let me shoot my shot. Okay.
Any woman in the dating market, if she didn't get any attention from any man at any time, she'd have an issue with that. She might even go into a breakdown. She might even go into depression. Just because men aren't giving her attention, and women always act like they're just disgusted when they get attention from a man who they aren't attracted to. But you better believe that if women lived in a world where they didn't get any attention from any man at any time, they'd be miserable.
Do you want to do dating?
I don't think so. I think my standard's too high and I'm not willing to lower them.
Why are your standards too high? What does that mean to you? Like, what does that look like?
I don't even want nobody to go on me for it. So, because women's supposed to have low standards, mine are too high, so I can be myself and be peaceful. I don't have to have no drama of a relationship.
Fair enough, Tiffy. It sounds like you've been through some things a little bit, but that's
No,
She
it's really the
definitely
internet
has
trying to
been through
humble
something.
women all the time. Like if you say you want this in a guy, they're always trying to humble you and say, well, how do you qualify? You know, because you hit the wall, and, you know, all that rhetoric.
Well, it's only because it's true. I knew you were in your 30s. I knew that you couldn't have been in your 20s. For one, you don't look like you're in your 20s. You look like you're a dated woman. You look like you're a woman who's had experience in the dating market. You had an opportunity to win in the dating market already. And now you're older and you're trying to bring this negative energy to the dating market.
I do this every day. I know. I do this every day. And, you know, when it goes up, it's definitely The same 5 talking points.
And
Definitely.
it's not like that great having a man in your life. Like it's like I'm like sometimes I wonder, is there a point of having a man?
And here we go.
Like they brainwash you into thinking you need one
Wow.
so much because they like to feel needed because of their ego. But we're more peaceful, single, and child free.
Okay, well that's your philosophy, right? So I think different strokes for different folks, but I think it would be a complete lie to say a man. For you to say, I'm not
Facts.
saying you Tiffy for anyone here, to say they could go 20 years unless you are a nun. You never had seg in your life. You never kissed anyone in your life. But to say you can go 20 years without a man's touch at all. Don't look at him, don't smell him, just stay in your home, go to work, come home. Don't even have communication. I don't know. I don't think that's realistic.
That's absolutely true. She's trying to give a real game. This is the same way men want to react when we hear women in the dating market, especially post-war women, act as if they're okay with being single. Act like they're okay if they lose at the end of the road. Like, oh, if I'm just end up by myself, I guess I'm just by myself. You only hear this in the West, and I promise you, it's just a deflection tactic. It's only a defense that single women use so that they don't have to answer the hard questions that they don't want to answer about why they're not getting the results that they want to get in the dating market. Let's spin the clip.
Your frustration. I do understand your frustration.
Statistically speaking, women don't really. 80% of women do not reach an orgasm. And you know
Right.
what I mean.
Right.
Most of the time, we don't get anything from it. We're not getting what they're getting from it.
Okay. So maybe
Now, even if that's a valid point, why is there so much emphasis being put on the sexual aspect of the relationship and the situation? I'll tell you why. Because Black women in the West certainly put stimulation over substance. And what does that mean? That means a Black woman cares more about if a man can please them in bed and make them feel good and tingly than they care about if a guy is a good potential long-term mate or if he's a guy who's going to be stable and reliable and dependable. No, Black women think about that in the back end. They don't think about that in the front end. They only care about if you can hit it as good as Tyrone from back in the day can hit it.
not fulfilled sexually. All right. But
Oh no,
still.
I'm one of the weird women that have the O's. So,
Okay. All right.
but I'm saying
But
just other
again,
women.
I'm saying, Tiffy, it would be a lie to say you would never want to be with a man another day in your life.
I'm
You're
not
no
lowering my
longer.
standards. I'm not lowering my standards for anyone. So
She didn't say that you were going to lower your standards. She said that it's impossible for you to live your entire life and be happy without a man or without the touch of some sort of person, companionship. You said that you're bi, so maybe it could be a woman. Either way it goes, Ashley Dalton is trying to corner you with the truth. You, like most other women in the West and all over the world, you're not going to be okay living your entire life without the touch of a man. Stop trying to convince yourself that you're more okay with being alone than you actually are, is what she's trying to say. Let's go ahead and get back into the clip.
I'm not even talking about standards. I'm just saying being with a man, period. Just being with a man.
if that's what it takes, I want a rich man. I want a man with money. So that's what I want. And I'm not going to settle for less than that. Because to me, being experienced, I mean, outside of, intercourse, I mean, they cause drama in your life, It's peaceful now that I broke up with my boyfriend. Finally on my own for the first time in my life. And I come home, I learned, I sleep wild. Like I'm all over the bed. All that time I didn't know that about myself. And I got a king size bed. So it's peaceful. My house is clean. It's quiet. I work for myself. And my life is only going to get more peaceful because I'm about to make this move. And I'm nobody going to come into my life and mess it up. Men they come into your life and they siphon energy off of you a lot of times. So, yeah. So he got to be putting something back that I need because I already have money. So you need to be rich or close to it.
And the reason I asked too about standards.
Okay, she's saying that the guy's got to be rich, but she hasn't said what the guy is going to get in return for being this rich, rare guy.
I know rich looks different for everyone. It depends where you are in your life, right? So my idea of rich and your idea of rich may look completely different. So that's why I always ask the ladies when they come up, not that I'm asking you, like, how much money does a man have to make? What exactly does rich mean to you? Because again, that looks different for
Okay.
everyone, you know?
So on the low, he would need to be about 250K,
Crack is cheap.
have some
On the
assets,
low,
property, owns his home, you know. He can afford to take care of us, because I don't want to, if I'm living with a man, I'm not paying the bills. I'm not doing that. I've never, even with average dudes, I've never paid the rent. You know, that's just a standard. And I want to have nice things. He can teach me things. He can teach me more about finances, you know, can add to my life, you know, like that. I don't really care about looks that much, you know.
it's all good to want a man who's a six-figure earner. But the question is, do you qualify for that guy? And an even better question is that guy approaching you on a consistent basis? When you go to the grocery store, when you go to the club, when you go out with your girlfriends, are you approached by this type of high-value man? Do you see high-value men who fit this archetype typically dating women who are older and in their 30s? It's not impossible, but it's improbable. It's not likely that it's going to happen for you. You are an older woman and you want a guy who makes $250,000 a year. And again, you have a really like bad, nasty attitude. It's not really obvious or apparent what the guy is going to actually get for being involved with you. It just seems like you just expect a guy to one day want to marry you exactly how you are and give you $250,000 a year annually, or share his $250,000 a year that he earns annually. And I promise you that's not going to work. And just coming onto a platform with an attitude and standing on business when you say a bad standard or when you relay a bad standard, it doesn't increase the chances that standard is going to actually happen for you. You're just a confident person who's incorrect.
Gotta be 6 feet. You ain't gotta have a six pack. I don't shoot just equal security. So, and unless you can add to my life like that, I don't want nothing to do with it, you know? And if it takes me to be single forever, I will do that.
Western women bring a willingness to lose in the dating market that's borderline staggering. I'm going to say this again. She does not qualify for a man making $250,000 a year. I'm not sure what he gets. I'm not sure what he gets for that deal.
I don't really care about looks that much, you know? Be about 250K, have some assets, property, owns his home.
A lot of times when women are saying that they want a man to invest in them and to teach them what they've learned financially, it's usually another attempt for the woman to get equal with the man. She's not trying to get to a bag so that she can help the family be better. She's trying to get to a bag so that she can say, hey, look, I make $100,000 just like him. We're a power couple. We're a team. It's something about Western women. They think that men want to be on the same team as them. We want to be their partner in crime, and we want to get to a bag with you. Let's be a power couple. You got a business. I got a business. We all bring it together. We're a happy family. And that's not what a lot of men want in the West. Regardless if a lot of Western women want it, that's not what Western men want to date and what we want to be in a relationship with. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel and help us reach our goal of 50,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys on the next one.